From the land of the rising sun comes the fiercest fighters, the hardest hits, and the brightest lights in pro wrestling. Joshi isn't just wrestling, it's heart, passion, and rebellion packed into every single match. So lace up your boots, crank up the volume, and get ready to dive into the world where idols become icons and legends are born in the ring. This is where passion meets punk and wrestling meets pure chaos. Welcome to the Cult of Joshi with your host, Raja and John.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Cult of Joshi. I'm your host, Raja, and I'm joined by my co-host, John.
Hello.
And we are back here today on this super packed weekend, recording kind of a late, kind of an early episode. You know, it's whichever way you want to look at it, right? We're either late from last week or early for next week.
I think we're exactly on time.
We arrived exactly when we meant to.
A wizard is never late.
You're right. And we are... what are we if not wizards?
We're totally wizards.
The shiniest of wizards.
Yes, we help Frodo Baggins and
we would. I think we would.
Harry Potter, whoever.
So, yes, we're sitting here on this weekend in the midst of, like, all of the wrestling that's happening because we needed to sit down and talk about these Joshi shows that happened on the 23rd of May because everyone and their mom decided to have a show today. For some reason.
Especially their mom.
Their mom was really adamant about it.
It was some incredible shows. There was some really crazy matches that we got to see. And, you know, I think a lot of things moved forward. As a time of recording, as we always like to put it, we are right before dawn.
Yeah, yes. Not dawn as in the sun coming up. Dawn as in Double or Nothing.
Not as in Don Owens, former promoter of Pacific Northwest, Portland Wrestling.
Not even Don Callis.
Not even Don Callis, bald.
No, but tonight is Double or Nothing, but we needed to sneak this in because there's so much already to talk about just from yesterday / this morning.
Yes.
I don't know, the Joshi time, right?
Yes.
But since you brought up AEW, I did want to mention one little piece of news that we learned this past week on AEW, which is kind of sad because you never like to hear injury news, right? But we found out that Willow Nightingale not only has to relinquish her position in this year's Owen Hart Foundation tournament, she also has to relinquish the TBS title because of a shoulder injury. Yeah. So you hate to see that for anyone.
I mean, you really do, especially, you know, that being the way that it's maybe the title's cursed.
Maybe.
This is not the first time this has happened.
That TBS belt. I mean, so, be careful.
No, you know, the thing about it, though, is even though she was holding the championship and was embroiled in the Owen, I haven't felt that she was really stage front center. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I think that sometimes when someone goes away for a minute, as bad as you hate an injury, and especially, you know, a shoulder, you know, or knee, anything like that, right? But when she comes back, it'll be just energy and excitement, and she'll be reinvigorated, and you know, the crowd will be and God knows this roster, we can't lose anybody else.
No, please.
But
there's a lot going on right now.
But it can actually take it. It does have the depth to be able to take it. People can step up, as we saw with Tekla when Tony went down. Yeah,
it's totally possible. And as far as the Owen goes, instead of it being Alex Windsor versus Willow Nightingale at Double or Nothing, now it's Athena versus Mina Shirakawa at Double or Nothing in the first round of the Owen, and Willow will be replaced by a wild card against Alex Windsor at a later date. So it'll be interesting to see who that wild card ends up being.
You got any picks?
Not off the top of my head. I imagine it'll probably just be an AEW wrestler that slots in there, because, you know, they're right there. Maybe Lena Cross or somebody would be cool to just like throw in.
So my pick, my wild card would, like, out there pick would be Shotzi Blackheart.
Oh man, that would be so good.
Shotzi would be just so spectacular, and I think it's, you know, whatever punishment we put people from up north through now when they leave before they can come over.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully she has done that purgatory.
She's paid her dues.
But I would love to see her there. And she does a lot of the Moxley shows out there in the Indies. So, you know, you wouldn't think that there was unfavorable conditions for her there. So I don't know. I would like to see that. Who do I think it is? And also would be a banger and be awesome and kind of has a little fire under her right now, Zeta.
Oh, Zeta Steele. That would be so good, too. I want Zeta to get so much opportunity because she's so good.
Oh, yeah.
She's a star. Like, just to see her. She's on the Double or Nothing 0 Hour in the 5-minute tag team eliminator thing that the Divine Dominion's been doing.
And that's the whole thing. And that's the thing I get mad about people when people go to Ring of Honor. They're like, oh, hey, I was in Ring of Honor for 2 years. I didn't get used. I'm not actually doing anybody's voice right here. I'm just saying. But the whole thing about it is some people can go there for a match.
Yeah.
Some people could go there for a week.
Yeah.
And what happens with that Crom is the Crom rises to the top.
Yes.
And she definitely is cream. And,
she is.
She is definitely rose to the top quickly. People already notice her. And, I think she just got a little pizzazz to her.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't really matter where you are, right? If you're doing your best and putting your best self forward, people are going to notice. No matter where you are, it's on the Indies, it's in Japan, it's in Ring of Honor. They're going to notice. Yeah. And you're going to get brought straight up to the top. So
do you got anybody on your mind other than those that could be?
No, because I want either of those to be it. A Shotzi would be so cool. After her WrestleMania week performance, I think that would be cool. Then Zeta Steele, of course, is amazing. We actually saw Red Velvet in AEW recently. That's actually the match that Willow got injured in. So it would be kind of funny if she ended up being Willow's replacement. It's like, did you do this on purpose, young lady?
Is Queen Aminata in it?
No, she's not in it, but she would be a good pick too.
So obviously,
our women's division's so deep.
Yeah, so Red Velvet, Queen Aminata, both are amazing, right?
Yeah.
So just violent. Like I like to just make them two fight it out to get in.
And that would be cool against Alex Windsor's very brawling style.
It's almost be fun just to have like a little mini turn. With some of the Ring of Honor ladies.
Yeah.
And be like, look, one of you is going to get in.
That would be cool.
So we're going to do a one night.
They've got a Global Wars coming up. You can just throw them in there together and see what happens.
You just want it to happen while we're there live.
I do. I can't wait
Anybody
for Ring of Honor
meet
Global
us,
Wars.
You can come to Cincinnati. You'll see us.
Any of the Cincy shows, we're always there. We're like, let's go.
Yeah,
I love Cincinnati.
We'll be hiding somewhere in there.
Yeah, we might be wearing a little Cult of Joshi shirt if you just keep your little eyes peeled.
Yeah.
You might see us.
Mina Shafir just had an indie match in Cincinnati past weekend as well with John Moxley at her side. Some of you might have seen that on socials. Pretty cool.
Warrior Wrestling, I believe.
Yeah, man. Cincy's got a good scene.
They do. It's a great little wrestling town. I love it. It's not a little town. It's a city, but
it feels like a little town.
It's a great wrestling area, like that whole Ohio Valley situation.
Oh, yeah.
It's very fun. But
got a lot of history.
We need to head on over to Japan and talk about these two shows that happened, two pretty big shows, honestly, on the same night. Starting off here with Marigold's second anniversary show, Marigold Shine Forever 2026. So they've successfully completed 2 years as a wrestling promotion, going into their third year, and they brought out this card for us. And as we know, they're dealing with a lot of injuries right now, a lot of people out, a lot of things going on. And even Rossi Ogawa himself, he admitted afterwards that things haven't been the most favorable, right, for Marigold recently, as far as the injuries and crowd sizes go. And you could kind of see it. Like, we're not going to sugarcoat it. The crowd has looked a little thin lately in Marigold.
I famously sit here and I draw through our shows, and I doodle, and we actually talked about putting that in there sometime for when we kick the Patreon off.
Yeah, if you guys want to see John's doodles from the show, let us know.
It's usually stuff she's talking about.
They're adorable.
I just drew an elephant in the room. Yeah. So obviously, and if you hear something, we are having an actual rainforest develop outside. So usually we have the studio soundproofing up and all this, but it's coming down like.
That's not static.
As soon as she said Marigold.
Oh, no. I summoned it.
It's like the sky opened up. But if you hear it, it's kind of cool. It puts a little ambiance to it. But so, elephant in the room, right? We don't like to draw negativity. We don't like to, but there is a realist part of this.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the crowds have not been there at all. Recently. And it's probably been the worst that I've seen it. We've seen dips.
Yeah.
And
it seems like they're usually able to pull it back up, though,
Yeah, like the last Cork and Hall did not look like, and I'm not saying somebody had the wrong number. It just didn't look like that, 500 people or whatever.
Yeah.
It was very, very, bomb scare looking. And, this event it sucked because
it did.
Not the event, the crowd size, because, 2-year anniversary, you would like to see a bigger crowd than that, and it has to be disheartening for the players. I mean, I
feel so bad for them.
You've got like such a big event, and there was nobody really in the stands. There was one little smattering in the stands part. Mm-hmm. The floor wasn't even completely filled up.
Yeah,
it was. There was no hiding it. Basically, there was no moving people around, and
there's no one camera angle here that you could take to make it look as full as possible. And it does suck for the girls. Like, we don't talk about it because we're like laughing and pointing a finger, right? We talk about it because we don't love it. We're upset by it. We want them to succeed and do their best, and for these girls to have all the support in the world like they deserve. So we only point it out because it's obvious. We can't hide it. There's no like stepping around it. And even now you've got Rossi talking about how they're just gonna have to keep pushing forward and doing their best to get the numbers up, because it has not been the best, but they still came out here. They still wrestled their matches, and it actually turned out to be a pretty excellent show altogether. Like, on paper, heading into it, it's like, this doesn't really feel like a big anniversary show with these matches, but man, the girls came out here and they were like, we're going to show you what we are all about, and they did.
Yeah, and I think, so if you're looking at reasons, and I agree with you, the matches, and we'll get into it, just awesome, just amazing matches. I think some of the reasons you could point to would be the injuries. Mm-hmm. As you were talking about right now, there's some significant injuries. Utami jumping the ship.
Yes.
That's a pretty big sign. You already had Mirai jump the ship.
It's not great.
And the girl that you actually were supposed to have built the company around, mm-hmm. the main person you took.
Yes.
The only one I freaking got teary about, mm-hmm. She's leaving. She's gone.
Yes.
Left. And timing at the same exact time as the Stardom show.
Exactly the same time.
Exactly.
Queen's Dynasty.
Exactly the same time. And honestly, I think that it's time for a big hook. I think that you need a big storyline. I like what's happening with Chi-Chi, and we can talk about that when we talk about the match.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I would go a little bit, mm-hmm. To unite the young. I would have done a young versus established,
right?
A rebellion. Like, we're not gonna lose. We're not gonna carry your bags. We're not gonna cook your food. Something really crazy.
Yeah, something so out of the norm
that people haven't really talked about. We're not gonna do your bikini pics.
I don't know if they would say that.
Can you imagine coming out and lighting one on fire?
That would be crazy.
Like the night they go on sale.
Just lighting the book on fire.
Yeah, just kind of doing the Handmaid's Tale of like.
This is what I think of your grabber.
All of the girls wearing the same exact thing, like.
I mean, it would be a story, wouldn't it?
It would be a story.
We've talked about this because we like to brainstorm things, right, on our own when we're watching. And you brought up 2 words that I absolutely love to hear. Hotshot booking.
Yes.
We think this is what could save Marigold in their time of need.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's time for some Great American Bash level, craziness. And you could really do something. You can't do it long term, but you just got to get the eyes in there to see some of these amazing matches, but it's out there. I mean, all you got to do is watch a few hours of something from the past to
find something, but literally just anything, like someone attacking someone out of the blue and nobody knows why, and it's like former teammates or something, and just give everyone a personal beef with each other, right? Yeah. Like, make it feel like they actually don't like each other.
Yes.
Just give us something to cling on to emotionally, and I'm there. I'm sat. I'm ready.
Some real heels.
Yeah.
Real heels
heels
would do wonders.
Yeah.
Just absolute heels that don't care about smiling, don't care about any of that.
Yes.
Actually, punch somebody in the audience. Just take the lawsuit. just knock out some grandma. Just bam.
Be old school, like Don't Matsumoto.
Yeah, man. Just take a cane and just make somebody cross-eyed.
Oh, I mean, I agree completely. Like, personal things, just sell it. They just sell it so well.
So let me tell you, I was watching an old WWF house show. Mm-hmm. and I was all watching it to go to sleep. Okay, because it's the best thing in the world. Gorilla Monsoon, Jesus Christ.
Right.
It's so bad I can't watch Old Monsoon while I'm awake.
It'll make you sleepy.
Or I'll fall asleep because I've watched it to go to sleep for so long.
That is a problem.
But I was watching in 1986. It was actually like September 86 Boston Garden episode. And so it was Lord Alfred Hayes and Gorilla Monsoon.
Right.
Amazing. So in the main event, it was the British Bulldogs versus the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov for the British Bulldogs World Tag Team titles.
Okay.
Slick was managing the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, and he had just recently started managing them. But as the match is going, people start throwing objects in the ring, and it's like cups, it's whatever, and it's the last match of the night. They're just whatever. They're mad.
They're drunk. They're mad.
They're thinking that the Bulldogs are going to get screwed or something. But they're just hitting everybody with this stuff. And after the match is over, the Bulldogs actually pulled out the win. And Slick's coming down the steps, and this kid in the front row hits Slick right in the face with one of those cups. And Slick has a cane. And he just wallops this kid.
Oh my God.
Just wallops this kid, and the look on his face and the look on the girls with him's face is just like shock and awe.
Like
just,
he didn't realize that was a possibility.
Yeah. Just that he was going to get just walloped. Man, I laughed so hard. I watched that over and over because I've never, ever seen that. Or if I have seen that, I don't remember that.
Right.
And it's so funny because of the time period, right? You can't get away with that now.
No.
Even though we were trained as I was coming up, hey, if they touch you first, it's fair game. It's over.
Right.
You can do whatever you need.
Yeah.
Still yet, it's 2026.
Yeah, you're still probably going to get in trouble.
You know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
The court of public opinion.
Yeah, they'll be like, you should have controlled yourself. You're a professional.
Yeah,
even though that person punched you in the face.
You could have easily walked away.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? That's what we need, though, because Japan is still Japan.
Yeah.
I think you could still get away with one good wall.
I think so. I think you could.
You just at least have to. Obviously, we're joking, but
things like that.
They do need a real heel.
Just shock people for a little while.
Yeah, we need a real heel turn.
Yes.
Out of nowhere, something just violent and fun.
Yeah, I agree completely. I love Darkness Revolution, but they're kind of more the like early Oedo Tai dancing in the ring kind of heel rather than like scary.
Yeah, not scary.
Would love them to death though. But this card turned out to be very entertaining. It was very good. We kicked off with a pre-show match, a singles match between Hummingbird and Lady AI. Of course, Hummingbird won this match. AI has been attempting to get her first win. She's facing everyone left and right, so she still has a little work to do. She's still a little, you
slow?
can tell that she's a rookie. I'm trying to say it nicely.
You can you can sort of see the moves plotting in her head still.
Yeah, it's like she hasn't fully gotten into the smoothness.
I don't remember having that issue with like Yuzuki.
No. I mean, even idols like Nagisa Tachibana, they kind of seemed like a little more natural when they first started.
Just randomly fall off the top rope at times. But I mean, that was to be expected.
When you're doing a springboard, yeah.
Yeah. but really that slowness is...
Yeah, it's a little difficult to watch. I'm sure she'll get the hang of it eventually. We've seen people do that.
We're rooting for it.
Yeah, we are. Hummingbird did win this match, though, so it was a good little start to the show. But in our proper opener to the show, we had Shino and Yuka Yamazaki versus Nagisa Tachibana and Komomo Minami. So a little bit of a rookie match here.
Good stuff, man.
And it's a lot of the young Marigold, right? And this would not be the last time we saw them tonight, but I just love watching these girls go at it. They're all so talented, and they just wrestle so well together.
They do.
So this match ended up going to a time limit draw to open up the pay-per-view, which I thought was wonderful and hilarious because you know how we are with the draws here in Marigold, but it just goes to show how evenly matched all of the younger wrestlers in Marigold are right now, and they are all like just going straight up the mountain together. Like none of them are getting left behind.
As we talked about, it's a great opportunity right now for anyone to grab that brass ring and obviously you got so many of the top people out, you got people leaving, so it's really that chance, and you can see they're hungry, man. It's 100% time to do your thing.
Yeah, and that kind of leads us very smoothly into the next match, which was a singles match between Rhea Sato and Chi-Chi. So Chi-Chi has made her way into Marigold recently, and she has come in with kind of the goal to overtake all of young Marigold. She just wants to come in and beat literally all of them. So she started here tonight with Rhea Sato. She wants to take Yuzuki's place, essentially, at the top of young Marigold. And that's a lofty goal to have, especially from an outsider. But I love this vibe of like someone who wasn't raised here, someone who doesn't quote unquote belong here, coming in and just like taking down all of your bright, vibrant young wrestlers. We just saw how amazing they all were in that last match. Now Chi-Chi comes in here, she beats Rhea Sato in a fun match, and then she's just talking crap. She's like, "You're slow. You need to shine more. You could do better." I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, I love it. She reminds me of some of the best from the past, from the recent past even, like a younger Kamatani.
Yeah.
You know,
she does give those vibes.
But we always have loved Chi-Chi. We're big Chi-Chi fans, but Chi-Chi coming in a prominent spot and being that person that is just like gives no shit.
Yeah.
I love it so much. And this could really be big. This could be a big deal. You go through these 4 matches. She's like, I'll beat each one at a time.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, you.
And I could see that going until we get Yuzuki back.
I could too, like just kind of biding her time, beating, like, because the 4 from the previous match came in the ring afterward in their tracksuits, their nice Marigold tracksuits, and faced off with Chi-Chi, and Chi-Chi's like, I'll beat you. I think Nagisa Tachibana stepped up. She's her first or her next opponent after she just beat Rhea Sato. So it's going to be fun.
And this match was stiff. It was nice. And it was violent, and I love it. And it was violent on both parts. So it's exactly what you want to see, you know, and Chi-Chi was what Chi-Chi is. Barbie plays when she comes out, and then she kicks your freaking head off.
Yes, and she actually used an Uranage to win this match. A little shout out to her mentor, Sari. So I guess she's been learning some things, and that makes her dangerous. And I definitely think these girls are going to have their work cut out for them, because Chi-Chi is a hard out. But I cannot wait for Chi-Chi versus Victoria Yuzuki. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah, man.
That's going to be crazy.
I'm excited about it. I'm also excited about Shino kicking her stiff in the face for the first time.
Oh, my gosh.
She's
going to take that.
Just seeing what happens.
Great. She's going to love that.
I'm going to pause it when that happens, even if we're live, and I'm going to make some popcorn.
Okay. Yes, that's going to be interesting. In the next match, we had an 8-man match where Natsumi Shizuki, Naoi Ishikawa, Angel Hayes, and Shioko Kushino teamed up against a little Darkness Revolution, bringing in like the muscle, because Nagisa Nozaki came out here with Johnny Robbie, Nightshade, and Nyla Rose. So Nightshade and Nyla Rose are the new Marvelous Tag Team Champions. They won them at the 10th anniversary show. And now Darkness Revolution has roped them and Johnny Robbie into be kind of a little help on their side. And this whole match was just the other team attempting to overcome the power difference that they were up against, because these are some really strong ladies. So it's not easy. Unfortunately for them, Nagisa and her new friends did win this match. So I don't know if it's the last we'll see of these girls in Marigold, but it was cool to see some people come in from the outside and just kind of be monsters.
They're going to have to do it again because it was too dominant of a win.
It was scary.
Not many wins do you see with, you know, just where everybody's standing on one team and on top of the other people at the end of the match. So
yeah, all 4 of them.
I think that you're going to have to definitely have a rematch.
That it would be sad if they didn't, I think. The next match was exceeded all expectations, I believe. So this was our singles match between Megaton and Evil Queen D, who was a mystery opponent. And of course, it turned out to be Dump Matsumoto. And there's a certain level of wrestling you expect these days from a Dump Matsumoto match, and it started out how you would expect. Like, Zap was in there with her, she always is. She was kind of roughing Megaton up on Dump's behalf, Dump coming behind her, hitting her with the kendo stick, and all that fun stuff that we love to see out of Dump Matsumoto. But then they got back in the ring and things just took a turn because Megaton had had enough, I guess, of being bullied around, and she pulls out a freaking fork, which we know is one of Dump Matsumoto's favorite utensils. So Megaton did attempt to use it. It did not work because Dump stole it from her and then hung her up in the ropes and proceeded to stab her in the forehead until she bled everywhere. Blood everywhere. Oh, I was out of my mind. What? Blood on Megaton?
Yeah. So this was, as you said, unexpected. You just don't expect someone to stab Megaton in the head.
No.
And I absolutely loved it because it was so wonderful. Dump's whole presentation to be... I mean, look at her. She is the most Meemaw looking thing you've ever seen in your life.
I know.
It's like, Meemaw, go back in the room. What are you doing?
Where'd you get those men, Meemaw?
And I just love the fact that she comes out and you don't see her with any expression whatsoever until the blood came out of the forehead from the fork. And then she just gave the biggest toothless grin I've ever seen. She was so happy. It was 1984. She was ecstatic at that point, and it was so wonderful. This lady started in 1979.
Yes, she's been doing it longer than most people have been alive in the business today.
I mean, it's amazing. It is amazing. And yeah, you're not going to get... It reminds me of a couple years ago when we had the Aja Kong tag match that just blew us away with Cosmic Angels.
Yeah.
That was just like, what the hell just happened?
What are we watching right now?
But, and of course it was gimmicky and all that stuff. Boo-hoo. It was great. It was just as good as she was back in the 80s.
It's a Dump Matsumoto match.
It was a Dump Matsumoto match. And there was some interesting stuff at the end of it because we were talking during the thing. Like, Megaton is exactly what Dump was.
Yeah.
She was, she's unathletic.
Yeah.
She's
sweet.
Yeah, sweet. All these things. How cool would it be for Megaton to kind of get? But she would be such a cartoon heel. It's not what I'm looking for, but still, it would be kind of cool to see her kind of embrace it because she's now had the stigmata.
Yeah. And Dump did kind of lead us in that direction. She got on the microphone afterwards and had a very long spiel to all of Marigold. But first she addressed Megaton and was like, are you a babyface or a heel? I can't tell. So, of course, Megaton's like, I'm a babyface. And Dump was like, oh, well, that's disappointing, basically. And she's like, we could use someone like you in my group, and being a heel, you can be so much more vibrant. You don't have to quiet yourself down. And if you're ever looking for a way to just show up more, then maybe you should consider it. And of course Megaton was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm a babyface and blah, blah, blah. But how cool would it be if she just embraced that more hardcore style and just came out with a weapon and just started beating on everybody?
I'll never underestimate her. I mean, she has a championship,
She does.
So.
She completely blew my mind in this. I was not expecting it to go this way.
Yeah.
And I was in it the whole time. I was captured.
A lot of fun.
I loved it.
It was fun. It was exactly what you needed.
Yes, and it really set up okay, we're getting into the later card now. And after that, we went straight into the new generation rival match between Sari Yamaoka and Sanka Akatsuki. So the last time these two faced off, of course, Sanka was the winner. So Sari felt she had something to prove in this match. They're both holding singles gold right now. The Sendai Girls Junior Championship on Sanka, the BEW title on Sari. And they both came in here with so much on their shoulders, just carrying their own generation on their shoulders, trying to push forward to be the leaders of their generation. And man, did they show up for this match.
If you went back to 2023, no one would have known either one of those names because they didn't exist.
Yeah, exactly.
To be the place that both of these ladies are right now is phenomenal. And, you can call them whatever you want. You can put whatever bogus belt on them you want to. Those belts don't matter. Nothing matters. What, I look for things that it's kind of like the pyramids, right? The pyramids are going to stick. They're going to stay. They're made of stone. And there's some things in this world that no matter what time does to them, no matter what comes, what storms come, what wars come, what factions come. It doesn't matter. They're going to stick around. Mm-hmm. And legends are like that. And I think that both of these women are building legends.
Yeah.
And are emerging legends because they both have this it factor in different ways. And, you know, Sanka is just, my God, she's just a beast.
She's built for wrestling.
She's a beast. And there's something about her competitive drive that just inspires people. You know, it just inspires people. And then Sari is just beautiful, and she's got the skills, and she's the technical queen, and
the passion, if you will.
You can see all this that can come from her, and these 45-minute just epic matches that can happen someday. You know, and not too far away.
No.
You know, so when they get together, like the first time I didn't feel as much as I did this time. Mm-hmm. This match was great.
Oh, so good.
It was great. And it could have happened in a dome. It could have happened in a stadium.
Yeah.
You know, it was great. And you can really just see it. You can see it building. So I love the fact that they're 1-1. I love the fact that we know it's going to be ran back.
Yeah.
And, you know, Sari said at the end of it, she's like, I want to have this main event. Mm-hmm. And, you know,
it could have tonight.
Yeah, it could have tonight. But I believe that it deserves a main event and deserves a championship bidding.
Yeah.
You know, maybe a good, like, untitle.
Yeah.
You know?
The United National would be a great title for them to fight over. Like, just the struggle between them.
Yeah.
The way that you can tell in the way that they move and wrestle that they just want to beat each other. Like, their one goal is to be better than the person across the ring
To
from
be
them.
better than anybody at any time.
And it's just so emotional and passionate just in the wrestling.
Yeah.
Like the looks on their faces and the way that they throw each other and the way that they grapple and they try to pin each other. It was so good. If you haven't seen this match, you need to see it because this is the future of Joshi. Like, these two are gonna be around forever.
There's no planning to what they're doing. Like, you know, if someone said, oh no, these two, they call in the ring, I would believe it. Because of the fact that what they do, like you said, is just, it's like two bulls locking horns.
Yeah, they just grab each other.
And there is technical things in there. There's flashy moves involved. Mm-hmm. But you don't see that little thing going through their heads. Like, you know, you don't envision a missed spot.
Yeah, no, they're just wrestling.
It's punching, kicking, it's slamming, it's suplexing.
Yeah.
And it's holding each other down. It's struggling, and it's beautiful, and it's wrestling. Not even pro wrestling.
Yeah.
It is wrestling. It is fighting. It is competition, and it is gorgeous.
Yes, and you could tell they both went for the lateral pins, you know, Sanka's bread and butter as it was. Sanka is obviously a lot heavier on those than Sari. Like, Sari tried them and you could tell she was kind of struggling more to keep Sanka down. Sanka is a heavy wrestler. When she's on top of you, it's hard to get out of that. So Sari Yamaoka did what she does best. She rolled Sanka up in the Aoki clutch for the pin, and that Aoki clutch is beautiful. Like, she can grab it out of almost anywhere, and once you're in it, I don't know, it's over.
I love the slam off the first.
Well, yeah, slam is great too.
The slam taking her down to get it is awesome, but I'm going to give it a little bit of the Cult of Joshi clap there.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And they're 1-1 now, so we're going to see it again, and they throw up the ones. The look on Sanka's face when Sari was talking, like, Sanka didn't take the mic, but just the, like you can see the wheels turning in her head, like, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? And, like, she's, like, trying to figure it out, and she doesn't look sad. She just looks like, I gotta do better next time. Like, she's already working on a solution.
She looks like they're gonna make her, like, carry everyone back home.
Yeah. She's like, crap, I'm gonna have to do so many squats after this.
Yeah.
It was so good. It was a fantastic match.
It was.
That brings us into the semi-main event of the night for the Twin Star Tag Team titles. Chiaki and Misa Matsui defending against Koki Amarai and Chika Goto. And this match went a little crazy. Like, there was nothing really, like, crazy about it match-wise. But at the very start of the match, Darkness Revolution took the Twin Towers out of the ring, as they do, threw them in chairs and stuff. Immediately, first move of the match, Koki Amarai busts the back of her head open. So the rest of the match, there's this slowly growing red stain on her blonde hair that's just crazy. But she's still in there. She's still doing it. She's not going to give up on these tag team titles. Everyone looked great, by the way. Bunch of new gear. Chiaki's blonde. It looks awesome. I loved everything about this match, aesthetics wise. But the Twin Towers, they have so much heart. And they want to succeed as a tag team so badly. So you know they're not going to give up in this match. And by the end of the match, we got the whole like, oh no, I hit my own partner. But it was Misa Matsui hitting Chiaki with a chair over the head. And that allowed Koki Amurai to hit the Amethyst Butterfly and pin Chiaki for the win. And we have new Twin Star Tag Team Champions. Then when Chiaki sat up at the end of the match, she's got blood all over her head in her blonde hair. It was like the perfect full circle moment from the very first move of the match to the very end. It was crazy.
Yeah, and unplanned on both ends.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It was great, and I love seeing them, win this.
Me too. They've worked so hard to get here. Poor Koki. She just can't catch a break recently. Like, her whole career's been fraught with this sort of thing. Chika Goto getting her first ever championship in professional wrestling. That's a big moment for her.
Stuck with it.
She did. She never gave up.
No.
Chika Goto's worked so hard. Probably harder than anyone in Marigold.
I agree. And I love seeing them get their flowers.
Me too. So the Twin Towers are the tag team champions. It's really cool to see. I can't wait to see who they start facing. But I'm sure Chiaki and Misa will still tag, but I'd like to see Misa Matsui go after a championship of like a singles title. I love Misa Matsui's singles matches.
Oh yeah.
Then in the main event, we had our 6-man match, our big goodbye to Utami Hayashishita, where Miku Aono, Mai Sakurai, and Mirai took on Maddie Morgan, Takumi Iroha, and Utami Hayashishita. And I feel like this wasn't so much the goodbye as the gauntlet match they had at Corkin Hall, which was really cute and really fun, where Utami got to face basically the whole roster. Even Kazuna came out and gave her a forearm, even though she's injured. But this match is chock full of star power. It was crazy, as you would imagine. Everyone just doing everything in their power to get the win. But it was Mai Sakurai with a frankly crazy-looking powerbomb to Utami Hayashishita. And she got the pin after 25 long minutes. Mai Sakurai pinned Utami to win the match. And this was Utami's final match as a Marigold wrestler. So she's off now.
For now. And, Mirai being back in this was also, fitting. And we might see Mirai here and there, to help them out.
Yeah, while people are injured.
While people are out. But it was a hell of a match. It was 25 minutes of main event. And they beat the crap out of each other, just like you would expect.
Yeah.
Really good match. And then all the girls got together for, the final Utami picture in the ring for the 2 years. And it's really a moment of uncertainty. On the face of everybody.
Yeah.
Because you don't really know what the future holds. They can have all the plans in the world, but, obviously you have to have fans to make it.
Yes.
So I'm rooting for it. It's the more healthy places for people to work, the better.
Yeah.
And, this is a lot of fun, man. I mean, this card was awesome.
It was so fun. You can tell all the girls love doing this and they just want to put their best show on, and I just want everyone to go and support them.
Yes.
I just want to see more support in all of Joshi.
Yeah, people tend to dogpile.
Yeah.
For no reason.
Yeah, it can happen, and it doesn't really help when you've got Rossi backstage saying, "Oh, if people want to leave, we ain't gonna chase them." Like, it's just like, maybe have a little more sympathy for, like, there are fans who are really, really upset probably that Utami's leaving because that's their favorite wrestler in Marigold or something. Yeah. And you got the promoter who's like, bye, we don't care. And so that can turn people off, if you just have that kind of laissez-faire attitude about it.
I think it's probably a position of strength from him.
He's trying.
That's a cope.
Yeah.
And it's a strong cope, but it's also old school cope.
Yes. He's been doing it a long time, hasn't he? He's seen a lot of change.
Yeah, I think that's just the thing. I think it's like, we'll make it with whoever's wants to be here.
Yeah.
So.
And they're going to do their best.
Yeah.
They always do their best.
Absolutely. Speaking of doing their best.
Whew, all right. Well, we got another show that came on at exactly the same time. Stardom. Queen's Dynasty. This one, little different story there on the crowd. A sellout at 1,881 fans in Nagoya, and this crowd was like loud.
Yes.
They were like, I think in the past we've heard people say they don't like going to Nagoya or they don't like watching shows in Nagoya because it can be kind of quiet, but especially in the main event, the crowd was just
Oh, yeah.
out of control. It was
Yeah,
insane.
You could tell they wanted to see that main event.
Yeah.
That's what was really cool, is like, it was a show where the main event really was the main event.
Yes, which is not always the case.
Yeah.
So we kicked off this one with 2 pre-show matches, starting with a 3-way where Matoi Hamabe took on Rion and Waka Tsukiyama. Waka actually won this match. She hit Rion with a bridging pin after Rion had just been going crazy with the foot stomps the whole match. So big win for Waka there to kick us off. Then we had a singles match between Kyoka Kotatsu and Shiri. So this kind of stemmed from their Korakuen Hall show earlier in the week where Shiri and Tomoka Inaba took on Kyoka Kotatsu and Aya Sakura. So it was a very karate heavy match, but this spawned this singles match, and man, was this entertaining. This was so good.
Oh my God. So we've talked before about some of the wrestling and matches and some of the, especially with Shiri.
Yes.
And talked about how beautiful it is if you actually pay attention, you watch transitions and you watch the blocking and the superior nature of Shiri's wrestling ability or her fighting ability. Mm-hmm. And that was on display again, okay?
Oh.
It didn't matter if you were in God's eye or not in God's eye. Shiri takes it almost as a personal affront. She looks completely different when she's having a match like this. I had to look up and see if this wasn't
UWF rules?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't though.
because
which is crazy.
because it came off like it was, and it was so beautiful. It may be a pre-game match or pre-show match, dude.
It was, that just means it's free on YouTube, and you got to go watch it.
If you go and watch this match and you pay attention, just watch Shiri. Just watch Shiri and think of a normal Shiri multi-man match compared to this.
Yeah.
I want this every time she's on the card.
Oh my.
It's like it's her environment. She looks like a different person.
Yeah.
She's happier. She's just in the moment, and she's blocking things. She, stuffing things. She is reversing things.
Yeah.
And just that domination, that scary domination when she grabs full mount or when she gets a hold of an arm. It's just amazing. And don't get it twisted. I mean, this was a back and forth.
Yeah, Kyoka can hold her own. She did get rocked immediately with a kick. It looked like she stumbled right out of the gate because I know Shiri is a no bear zone, but I have to liken her to a mama bear. Like when she's in a multi-man with her girls or she's ringside, she's all happy, sweet mama bear. But when she's in there in a singles match, in this situation where she's able to pull out her MMA, she's like someone's messing with her cubs, and she's locked in like death machine.
It was like Waterboy or something. She was seeing Konami's face.
Oh man, she's so scary.
She was just, that kick, I'm not so sure it didn't really rock her.
I thought it was done.
I thought it was over.
Yeah, so the first part of this match was all just them wrestling, grappling, fighting each other. And after seeing the Megan Bayne match, now I fully understand how strong Shiri is and why it seems almost impossible to get on top of her, to get a takedown off of her. She's just so technically flawless and strong that I would put her against almost any woman, in her, especially in her weight range. She's so terrifying.
Deceptively strong.
Yeah,
and
so
she doesn't even struggle with Megan.
No, she did not. Not even a shake in that one. So this match against Kyoka, obviously, Kyoka wants to prove herself. She does have chops herself. She has plenty of fighting chops, and she does come back. She makes a little comeback. They do the wrestling. They do great. Shiri did submit her with the ground Suzaku to win this match, which is expected, and then she gave her a little, good job, they're friends. Yeah. They're in the same faction.
Yeah.
But, wow.
How's it going, kid?
Yeah, it's sorry about that.
You doing all right?
I was gone for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't want to fight Shiri ever. No, I just like to watch her fight.
I love it. And we're talking about a pre-show match.
Yes,
bro.
but please, more of this.
So good.
Please, Shiri, more of this. So we kicked off the proper pay-per-view card with a tag team match where Ruraka and Saya Kamatani took on Fuwa-chan and Saori Ano. So Fuwa-chan and Saori are best friends now. I don't know if you knew that. They have a signature pose and everything. Fuwa-chan is so funny. She's just hamming it up out there, as always. She gets in the middle of the ring, and Saori wore the perfect gear to completely, complete opposite aesthetic to Fuwa-chan in this match, which just made it even better. And man, I love them. I love Fua already. I love Saori already, but them together just feels so perfect in its own way.
Yeah, I mean, and this match is a perfect example of why Stardom is the best. Because it reminds me very much of WrestleMania 3, which for me, you can have other WrestleManias and people can argue until the cows come home about which one's the greatest and all this. But WrestleMania 3 is just one of those for me. And one of the reasons, and I've told you this for many, many times, is yes, you had this incredible main event, these two main event stars, but you have things sprinkled throughout that feel special.
Yeah.
You have Steamboat Savage. You have, there's these other things that happen and these other personalities that are so huge. And it was really the personalities in that era that really made it, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't 5-star matches back and forth. There was personalities. And I think Stardom right now has some of the biggest personalities that they've ever had.
Oh, yeah.
And they also have those 5-star matches. So it's very interesting because there truly is something for everybody. Fua Chan can absolutely be your favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, I don't care
so
how long she's done it. She has an infectious attitude that just makes it so much fun. It's little things. It's her jumping in the poses. It's, these little things in a match and how hard she tries and how much effort she puts in. This match was fantastic just for that.
Yeah.
But I love this with Stardom. I mean, look, what we talked about already.
Yeah, we're in the first proper match of the pay-per-view. Saya Kamatani's here opening the pay-per-view. That's crazy to me in and of itself because we've seen Saya on top for so long. Now she is in the opening match. But I think Fua Chan, she's so fun. Don't get it twisted though. When she locks in, she's brutal. She's there on things. She did do a dive in this match that was kind of scary to the outside. It looked like she hit her head or almost hit her head at least, but she was okay. We were good. There was a little miscommunication. Sariano accidentally kicked Fua Chan because Saya Kamatani ducked out of the way, which allowed Saya to hit Fua with the Star Crusher to win the match for herself and Ruaka. So Fua and Saori don't have a win under their belt yet, but I doubt this is the last time we're going to see them together.
And something to pay attention to at the very end of this match, Saya Kamatani reached down to Fua Chan and almost as if offering something.
Yeah.
You know? And of course it was broken up pretty quick by Sariano.
Yeah, we're like, we don't do that. We don't fraternize with them.
But it was one of those welcoming type of things. One of those welcoming gestures.
Yeah.
I
mean, Fua Chan is a star. Who wouldn't want her?
Yeah.
Imagine Fua Chan all in black, though. I don't think she could do it.
It's just interesting because we'll talk about, we could talk about it now, but backstage, Cosmic Angels had one of their backstage things talking about it's time for us to pick a leader.
Yeah. Natsupoi seems pretty dead set that it's time that now that they've breezed past that whole we might not be Cosmic Angels anymore thing.
Yeah.
She's like, maybe we need a leader now.
I just think there's a lot of things going on right now, faction-wise.
There are. So the next match was a three-way match where Xena took on Hanako and Saya Ida. And little did we know that this match actually ended up having some pretty big implications because Saya Ida won with the Itabashi on Xena. And then we would see Saya later on get a little opportunity of her own. So I think this match kind of served as an almost number one contendership match without them realizing that it was. We did recently see Xena in that high-speed championship match against Yuna at Korakuen Hall, and she unfortunately was not successful in getting the high-speed title. So, but Saya and Xena, they basically just chopped the crap out of each other this whole match.
Absolutely.
They both had the marks on their chest afterward. They're showing off on social media.
And great win by Saida.
Yes. We love a Saida win. So does the crowd. Everyone's always in the Saida camp. The next match was a big three-way trios match. So we had Akira Kuragane, Itsuki Aoki, and Rina Yamashita versus Lady C, Hina, and Ami Sohrei versus Aya Sakura, Yuna Mizumori, and Natsupoi. And this match was a number one contendership match. They knew this for the Artist of Stardom Championships, which stemmed from the Artist match back in Korakuen Hall, where Konami, Rina, and Fukigen Death beat Stars to retain the titles. And all three of these teams came out and were like, we want next. So Konami was like, well, you guys can fight it out, and then we'll see who gets next. So, of course, this was a lot of fun. You have three awesome teams in there of three women, but I am so excited that Hina, Lady C, and Ami Sohrei won. I've been loving this trios lately. They've been putting in the work to get better as a 3-person team. So they won. Amisori pinned Aya Sakura with like a thunderbolt to get the win. So they will be getting an Artist of Stardom championship match very soon.
Totally. I'm with you. Together, they've been really great. Some of the best work that they've put in has been together.
I agree completely. So the next match was, unfortunately, a little match change on this card. We didn't get a chance to talk about it because it happened so quickly. Like, the beginning of the week at Korakuen Hall, everything was cool. Then halfway through the week, we find out that Miyu Amasaki is sick. And sick in a way where she was hospitalized. So that's kind of scary. She seems to be all right and getting the treatment she needs and everything. But unfortunately, that meant she was going to have to pull out of the Goddess of Stardom tag team title match that was originally scheduled for this pay-per-view. So instead, we got to see Hazuki and Koguma versus Emma Maishima and Azumi. So almost the same match, except we've got Emma in here in Miyu's place, and it was still a super fun tag match. Like, it's FWC, then you've got Azumi on one side. Emma's been really working hard to get all of her ducks in a row. You know, she had a Future of Stardom title match recently, and I just love seeing her team with Azumi. It just makes sense in my head to have her with these girls. So, of course, Hazuki and Koguma won this match. Hazuki hitting a very hard senton on poor Emma to win the match, but then afterward, Azumi she did apologize to FWC for not being able to do the title match because, you know, they're all very polite. They're like, we're sorry that we didn't, we'll run it back. We'll do it. But then she addressed Emma Maishima and invited her into Neo Genesis. And this, in my opinion, has been a long time coming. I've said for quite a while that I feel like Emma is the perfect fit for Neo Genesis. She just makes sense with them, I think. Emma didn't answer immediately. I don't know what this new, like, all the rookies now, they're like, oh no, I gotta weigh my options. Just say yes.
I think maybe, you know, you never know. Maybe it's going to be a rookie faction.
Maybe.
I mean, because it is kind of weird. I mean, she does make sense. You have said it since it's been able to be said. So
you hear it more than anyone because
yes,
I say it too much.
But it does make sense. Again, I think there's some movement going on with the factions, and you know, I think by the conversion, we're gonna have a lot of things happen.
The conversion is usually where things change.
Well, a couple years ago, everything changed at the conversion.
Yeah, the very first conversion was crazy.
Yeah. So I think that if they do that again, it'd be really cool.
It would be like a new faction.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yes.
We desperately need a new faction. Like, not just the Ito Respect army. We need like a brand new, never before seen faction.
I think so. I think it'd be neat to have a new faction and shore up the others and, you know, just get us all ready for the summer. Because
we know Ane's been trying to get into Cosmic Angels, right? She wasn't on this card because she had a little injury, but she has been working with Aya Sakura to pass her all of her tests, I guess, to get into Cosmic Angels. So the rookies are starting to kind of find their place, but it feels like this class has taken a little longer to kind of slot into their places.
Been a lot going on
than normal. Yes, there has been a lot of shakeups happening.
It's been the opposite of the Marigold problem. We've had so much top heaviness that you don't really have to do anything with the rookies.
Yeah, they can just enjoy themselves.
They've been cooking.
Learning. So that brings us to the final 4 matches of the night, which are our big matches. Kicking it off with the Future of Stardom championship match between Rana Yagami and Kikyo Furusawa. And as you can imagine, this was very back and forth with the limb work. Rana always going after the arm, Kikyo always going after the ankle. And they were just back and forth on each other. There were kicks everywhere. They were trying their damnedest, but Rana Yagami came out of this one with the win. She used her new tie rock on Kikyo to submit her. That thing just looks ouch.
Yeah, man. I thought they both looked great in this match. You know, again, Rana adding, you know, stats there.
Yeah.
So it's
fourth
a good
defense for Rana Yagami already.
Awesome run so far.
I agree.
With the belt. And Kikyo is just continuing to develop, man. I like her with Makito so much that I almost get mad when I hear her music.
You're like, wait, this isn't your theme music.
It's but it's done wonders for her. She's really got a solid spot right now, and she holds up to it.
Yeah, and she's got a lot more confident as well, I think, since joining Makito. Because Maki, you got to be confident when you're with Maki, or else you're just going to fade into the background.
She has the second best strut in the game.
Yes,
I will
she
say
does.
that. She's right behind Victoria Yuzuki with the strut.
Yes, but Prince Rana Yagami there with her big match gear, she just looks so cool in that getup. And she took a picture with Sayaka Kurara. I don't know if you saw it, where Sayaka's wearing her little unicorn hoodie, and Rana's like riding her like she's an actual horse, and then she superimposed it over the Napoleon painting. It was so funny.
I have not seen that.
I was like, that's the best thing I've ever seen. And it gave me such beauty pair vibes where they did like Romeo and Juliet. I was like, this is the beauty pair all over again.
Yes.
I love it. But of course, Rana and Sayaka don't like each other. They're rivals.
Yeah,
of
that's
course.
one of your favorite rivalries.
In the next match, we had a number one contendership for the World of Stardom Championship, a four-way between Natsuka Tora, Maika, Suzu Suzuki, and Starlight Kid. This match was awesome.
It was great.
It was worked amazingly. Starlight Kid in there as like the smaller competitor, overcoming all that size difference, all the strength difference. Then the rest of them just like throwing hands at each other. It was non-stop action. It was so good.
It really was. I mean, it was really, really damn good. It was everything a main event should be. Mm-hmm. Not even being the main event. So It felt like a main event, and it was awesome. It was just incredible. It was exactly what you said, though. A bunch of ham hocks.
Yeah, it was so, you could tell they all want that chance at the red belt, and I think everyone in this match has held a big title. Starlight, of course, the white belt, but Suzu, she hasn't got her way with the big belt yet, but she and Maika went up against each other near the end of this match, held each other's hands, and just started slamming their skulls against each other. That headbutt noise will never leave my mind.
I hate it because I've had, severe head injuries from wrestling. So, no. Please don't do it. Please, just work it.
But Suzu did end up winning this match. She pinned Maika with a double German suplex hold. So that makes Suzu Suzuki the number one contender for the World of Stardom Championship. Wow, she made her way back up to the top after being she hasn't been there since that 5-star Grand Prix win.
No, it'll be a fun match. It'll be a fun match. I think it's a good matchup with whoever is that world champion.
Yeah, whoever won that world championship match.
Yeah.
I thought any of the four of these people would make a spectacular match with either champion.
Right.
We clearly know who won, but I thought I was going to be happy no matter who won. So Suzu going up there for a title match is going to be awesome, and I'm sure the rest of them will get their time to challenge in the future. The next match was the semi-main event for the Wonder of Stardom Championship, Hanan versus B. Priestley. So Hanan with some new gear. She's wearing red and gold.
Red and gold.
That's totally outside the box for Hanan, like just her personal color-wise. And also, you don't usually see the Wonder Champion rocking red. Usually they're in all white.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I mean, I loved the look, and I think it was good to have a little bit of a change. And this match, right off the bat,
it was exactly what we thought it was going to be. It was Hanan getting her butt kicked. Hanan's arm was wrapped up and clearly a little injured. And this was probably due to being submitted by Konami in that Artist of Stardom title match in Korakuen Hall. You know how Konami is with her arm bars and working the arm. So this gave B. Priestley the perfect target to take Hanan down. And man, it was just like a good 5 to 8 minutes of listening to Hanan cry.
Yeah, it was intense, man, and she masterfully worked the arm.
Yeah,
told an incredible story, and you just felt for Hanan.
Yeah, which it worked perfectly. This is where we love to see Hanan shine. She did end up coming back, but then around the end of the match, B. Priestley, she pulled an Eddie Guerrero. She got the Wonder of Stardom Championship and threw it to Hanan and then hit the ground so that when the ref took the belt and was putting it back outside the ring, she was able to pick up a chair and hit Hanan with it. She hit her with the chair, then hit her with a Japanese Ocean Cyclone suplex, And Hanan still kicked out.
Yeah, no, we really thought, holy shit.
I thought it was it. I thought we had a new champ.
Are they really changing that belt that quick?
I mean, it would make sense if Hanan was like legitimately injured, right?
I thought her last name was Rhodes. I was just like, what is going on here?
What is happening? I was so surprised when she kicked out of that. And then there was a long little sequence there of just more and more throwing finishers at each other, essentially. But finally, Hanan hit a pump handle backdrop suplex. She had B's wrist trapped when she did it, and she got the pin. 1, 2, 3. She is still the Wonder of Stardom champion, but man, this one was like, you're like sweating the whole time. Yeah. Like, you didn't know what was going to go down.
This was an emotional ride, man.
It was. After the match, Hanan decided to nominate her next challenger herself, and the person she picked is Saya Ida. So that win from earlier in the night, got Saya a little noticed, I guess, but Hanan, she thinks Saya deserves this shot at the Wonder of Stardom Championship, and I'm all here for it. I love it when tag team partners fight each other. It always ends up being crazy.
Yeah, this match is going to be fire.
I agree completely.
Absolutely fire.
Yeah. So that brings us to the main event of the evening for the World of Stardom Championship. Sayaka Kurara versus Maki Ito. And this match was really good. These two came out here, they performed. Of course, the entrances were like half of it. It's like 50% of the amazement was the entrances.
Yeah, I mean, even early in the day, like, they've been building this up perfectly with the two of them, with Maki Ito, saying Cosmic Angels were heels when she's obviously the heel.
Yes.
And they had a autograph signing between the two of them, and it was almost a competition before the competition. And Maki Ito's line was so long.
Yeah,
it was so long
that people love.
And they both had new pictures for it, so it was just a lot of fun going into it. The chants sounded 50-50, but a little bit stronger on Maki Ito's side.
They were so loud. That picture selling competition was a draw, by the way. They both sold out completely of their pictures. So nobody won that directly. So they get in the ring. They work really well together. I'm glad they had so much opportunity to wrestle each other leading up to this, because they really worked out any kinks that they had in the ring with each other to make this match as strong as it was. And it ended up ending in a really Maki Ito way. She's so legendary. So she's rocked. She knows it. She knows she's cooked. She gets up, flips Sayaka Kurara off, and gets hit with the spear. And Sayaka pins her. She did pull out the violet screwdriver in this match, Sayaka did, and she did it flawlessly. She did not kill Maki Ito with the violet screwdriver.
No, she did not. But you're right. The match was great. This was a phenomenal main event, and it was worked like a main event. Maki Ito was working above her, normal match.
Yeah.
And it was really, really great. And, Kurara did her thing in it. And she looked like a champ.
Yeah. And then you got to that point, like, most of the way through the match where Sayaka is, like, all emotional and the crowd gets super behind her. You hear the Kurara chants. And she's just so spectacular to watch in the ring because she connects with people so well. It's very much the same as Tam, I think. It's not exactly like Tam, because Tam is very overtly like lovey-dovey, and like you can tell that she's in love with everyone she looks at, right? No matter if they're in the crowd or in the ring with her. But Sayaka just has this sort of like, she's one of us. She's the girl next door. She didn't necessarily need to be in this position, but she got here, and we all believe in her. And just that connection makes it so epic to watch her in these situations. So her first defense under her belt, awesome match between her and Maki.
Yeah, same reason I love watching Maki Ito. Maki Ito has went through every bar, every bar room, every pool hall.
Yes.
She has wrestled in everybody's elementary school, and to work her way up here doing what she believes in, it's freaking great.
It is. And she even, after the match, Sayaka gave her a handshake. They shook hands. And then Sayaka went for a hug. I'm not sure why she wanted to hug Maki Ito, but Maki hit her with the stunner instead. She didn't get to hit the stunner in the match, so I guess she was just itching to do it.
Yeah, perfect.
I think it was an affectionate stunner. I'm not sure, though. And then, of course, before the show ended, Suzu Suzuki came out, made her presence known because she is the next one up, next challenger for that red belt. So we'll be seeing that match in the near future. All around, wonderful pay-per-view. Just
Yeah.
really fun. Like,
Yeah, it was.
Obviously, we're just coming off a month off of All-Star Grand Queendom, which is a whole different thing on its own.
Yeah,
like,
it's the rebuild. This is a rebuild. It's a rebuild time. It's reloading. It's new feuds. It's new relationships.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel like less than.
It didn't. It was so fun. All the matches were great, and we're building toward, like you said, conversion in June, and then in July we start the 5-Star Grand Prix. God, it's coming up fast.
Yeah.
That's our busiest time, isn't it? The 5-Star Grand Prix.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Month-long tournament, and I think it's
glorious.
like 18 shows this year in the span of a month.
Just glorious. Just all those singles matches.
We have so much fun. But we actually have another Stardom show coming up very soon. Another Cork and Hall on Tuesday, May 26th. They released the full card for this, so it will be Akira Kuragane and Suzu Suzuki versus Natsupoi and Sayaka Kurara. I don't know why I put Aya Sakura. It's Sayaka Kurara. Rion and Waka Tsukiyama versus Kikyo Furusawa and Maki Ito. Kyoko Kotatsu and Shiri versus Aya Sakura and Yuna Mizumori versus Itsuki Aoki and Rina Yamashita versus Koguma and Azumi. Xena and Saida versus Matoi Hamabe and Hanan. Ima Maishima and Starlight Kid versus Tomoka Inaba and Rani Yagami. Hanako, Maika, Fuuchan, Hazuki, and Sariano versus Azusa Inaba, Ruaka, Natsukatora, B. Priestley, and Saya Kamatani. And for the Artist of Stardom Championships, Lady C, Hina, and Amisori versus Fukigen Death, Rina, and Konami. So,
Yeah.
some fun stuff on Cork and All.
Yeah, that's that one right there. There's going to be so much come out of that. Just some of the combinations that you put in there. There's going to be a lot of singles matches built out of this, a lot of tag matches built out of this.
Absolutely.
And, and a title change.
Yeah, you think God's Eye is going to take the artist belts?
I do. I do.
That would be awesome. But yeah, this weekend has been really fun. It's obviously not over for us yet, so we're really excited to continue. But let us know what you guys thought of these two shows. What you thought about Marigold, what you thought about Stardom, where you think everything's headed right now. We love to hear from you. Make sure you're following us on our socials at Cult of Joshi on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Subscribe to the Cult of Joshi YouTube channel. Give this video a like if you're listening on YouTube. But that's all we have for you. So I'm Raja. He's John. So long from the Cult of Joshi. Bye.